After an eventful year in office, a Union County mayor says he will not be seeking a second term.
WBTV's Dalford Jones sat down with the mayor to talk about what led to this decision and a few trials and tribulations under his leadership.
Monroe Mayor Robert Burns says he's done when his first term ends in 2026, but will continue to serve his city and state in a different direction. After winning the seat by a literal coin flip, Mayor Robert Burns will not be seeking a second term in office.
This is not a decision that I made lightly. My wife and I, we've genuinely prayed about this for a long period of time.
While able to boast growth under his leadership, a top 10 city in the state for small business owners, revamping infrastructure downtown, and much more, the mayor also came face to face with challenges related to his persona online.
Listen, they didn't write a book to how to be the best mayor, okay? They didn't write a book in how to get involved in politics. No one is perfect, no one. And to act like we're perfect, then that's ridiculous.
I will make a motion for us to vote on a vote of no confidence.
Just this summer, Burns faced a no confidence vote from the council, and in a separate incident, calls from the local NAACP to have him removed from office for his handling of a dispute online with a private citizen.
It comes with the territory, but what they're doing at the same time is they're helping to promote, actually, I believe, the good things that are happening in the city.
I hereby call the City Council regular meeting of October 20th, 2025 to order.
At the first meeting of the council since the mayor's announcement, the only thing on the agenda was public comment. One speaker, who isn't the biggest fan of Burns, addressed the mayor moving on from his position.
But new leadership is coming to Monroe, and I'm excited for the change.
While the mayor has not made public exactly what his next plans are, he said, quote, "Stay tuned, it's going to be big." We're in Monroe. Dalford Jones, WBTV, on your side.